Hey guys, M2 Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Retro Iron Man Wave, the Iron Man Model 1 in gold. So this is going to be, those early Avengers comics, 1963. I'm going to try and kind of recreate the cover using some of the classic figures that we've got here, like Loki, Thor, Ant-Man, and Wasp. It's probably not going to work out well because Ant-Man and Wasp are full-size figures and not little tiny ones. So we'll see what I'm going to do with that. But we got the Iron Man Model 1 in gold. So I'm excited for that. I got my set. I got my set from toysnowman.com. Link in the video description below for my referral code. If you use that link, create your account. First-time buyers, for new accounts, you will get a 5% off coupon code in your Frost Rewards. Remember, they are based in Canada, but they have all your action figure needs, and they ship everywhere, so you can go ahead and get them. So currently in stock of this wave, 4 of the 6 figures are in stock right now. The only ones that are not are actually going to be the Iron Man Model 20 and the Whiplash figure. These are the only ones currently not in stock, unfortunately. But She-Hulk is in stock there, so you would be able to pick her up. As well as the Iron Man Model 1 in gold. So there we go. Artwork of the packaging looking awesome. I love the old school Marvel Comics logo there in the corner as well. But remember, this is a throwback to the ToyBiz animated series action figure line back in the 90s. Here you can see the gimmick for the figures. You could swap the heads, you could swap the hands, of course. And then the bio for this Iron Man reads, when Tony Stark decides that Iron Man needs an outfit upgrade, he faces off against the hypnotic Gargantus wearing golden armor. So there we go. So now let's go ahead and get this figure out of the package, and we will compare to the Iron Man Model 1 that came out last year as part of the 60th anniversary of Avengers. So in the review of this, I said, guess what's going to be coming? This in gold. And you know what? Here we go. We got it. Let's do it. Alright guys, so here's the Iron Man figure out of the package. If you have the Avengers 60th anniversary version, you know exactly what to expect out of this Iron Man. But we do get a couple of upgrades. I say upgrade, couple of upgrades. I don't know that it's couple of upgrades, but we do get a nice upgrade where you can actually see Tony Stark's eyes through the faceplate on there, which is good. We did not get that on the previous version. This one had some weathering paint spots, like on the hands and the legs and things like that. This one does not get that. It gets a little bit of a wash in some areas in the crevices on the front of the figure, but not the back. So we do get that added little bonus. The belt piece is different this time around. This one has an added skirt piece to it. We do get an extra set of fists for the Iron Man figure. We have open hands and then we have fists for him. We get these blast effect pieces here, these flame colored ones, and these are the nice ones with the smaller burst effect. And then we get these smoke trail effects, so you can port these onto his feet, and you could do like this where you port that onto his foot, and it's like the blast off effect there. So that is actually cool that we can do that. I like that when we got this added. This, I believe, Riri Williams, the Ironheart figure, was the first to do this, and then we got it a few other times with other Iron Man figures. So you can do that, which is actually really cool. I like that. And then we get this very classic Tony Stark head sculpt that we've seen before, but the paint apps on this one, as far as the digital print, came out, I think, even better. We kind of get a little bit of color variation around in his cheekbones and around his face, which is always a nice added touch that came out looking really good. I will show this on the figure as we kind of get into it, but let's go ahead and first get in for a closer look at the Iron Man Model 1 Gold. Okay, here's an up-close look. I already put the Tony Stark head sculpt on there so you can see how it looks. It came out looking really good. I love the way it came out. Very nice on that digital face print there. So there we have it. When swapping out the head, be careful of this antenna. Like, I don't know that it's going to break off, but like every time I grip it, I keep pulling on that antenna. So be careful there. Yeah, that worries me. I'm going to go ahead and see. I do it every time. See? Dang, I messed up, guys. Look at that. After I literally just said, be careful doing that, I did it, and look at those stress marks on there. Jeez. I'm going to have to left hand this. Man, that sucks. So don't do what I did. And then I forgot to show you guys something on the head. So this is the difference with the Iron Man. See the face that's in there? It's actually flesh tone color, so you can actually see, like a face, and then you got the eyes in there. Huge upgrade, in my opinion, over the original release of the Iron Man Model 1. So that makes a big difference. But man, I'm so mad at myself for for messing up that antenna there. But anyway, throughout the figure, it's just all gold. So we do get some of those marbleization, the fill lines in there. It doesn't really bother me. I know some people don't like it. It's not the ideal situation a lot of times. So like it's weird where some of those fill lines end up being. So that kind of sucks. We do get a little bit of I called it a wash, and I always get confused with dry brushing, wash, and shading and stuff like that. But there's some added like gold paint in certain areas, like here around the shoulders we get some, and then like throughout the belt. You see it around these spots. Here on the gauntlet pieces, the arms, the forearms, we actually get it in the line work, which is really cool. And then here, like on the legs, in the knees, we get it there on that kneecap, which is cool. And then even right here on the front of the legs, we get it. But here's the thing, not on the back. Like you can literally see where it stops. So I get that they don't like to paint the back, but on something like this, just paint the whole thing. Like why stop there? It's weird. And then like the same on the forearm, right? So it stops there. We don't see it on the back. Like that needs to continue on. Like on the belt, it's the same thing. Like I'm not as concerned like with the belt wise like we get in the front, because there's like at least a clear stoppage. Unlike here where there's nothing, it just stops. So that kind of bothers me. And so think about how good this would have looked if those were painted like the rest of the belt. Even like this panel in the back or something would have been painted. That would have been huge. Or here on the top of the shoulders to continue going on. So that's a big fail, in my opinion. Just continue the paint. And like that's the thing. Hasbro doesn't like to paint the back of figures. But in some cases they just need to continue. Because that's, I think in my opinion, that's just a bad choice there, unfortunately. But looking at the figure, just all in gold, he does look really good. I like the way it came out, except for that little bit of a paint blunder. But now let's go ahead and check out the articulation. Okay, so Iron Man's articulation. The head is on a dumbbell joint. So he can look up that much there. He can look down that much there. You have to, that faceplate, that chin portion, you have to work it over that rim around the collar piece so he can look down, but you can't do that. You get a rotation in there. The neck itself has a swivel. And one thing about the neck, it has the lines on there. I think that gold paint, that wash would have been really nice to get on that neck as well. And I get that you can't see it as much, but I think that little bit would make a difference in how it looks. And then you do get some pivot there on the neck. The shoulder you can get to go out and up like so. You get a full rotation in there. You got an upper bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbow, but the gauntlet piece will stop. So you could do 90-degree there on that top portion. But if you work that lower portion first and then do it, well, you're still at more of a 90-degree, but I guess it looks a little bit better. So it's just because the armor pieces, how big they are, it kind of hinders, how much you could do. Wrist swivel and the hands hinge, standard horizontal hinge on the open hands as well as the fists. No ab or articulation, but we got the ball joint waist. So Iron Man could tilt to his right that much. He could tilt to his left that much. He can go back a little bit there. He can come forward a little bit there. You get a swivel at that ball joint waist as well. Legs go out that far apart. There are slits on that skirt piece so it doesn't prevent the legs from going apart. Kicking forward, you can kick forward that far. Leg goes back ever so slightly. You got an upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knee there gets you that much bend. There is no boot swivel, although that you almost could have done like a leg swivel there, but I don't know, it may not be all that necessary. Foot hinges down that much. Get some hinge up, but you got to work that top of the foot over the hinge part to get it. And then you got ankle pivot and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And then usually just those pegs work for the flame effects. And I can't remember how I did it earlier, but you could actually port that into the foot peg or the actual peg hole that is created, I guess, for these blast effects. So either one, whether you want them in the center of the foot or if you want them towards the back of the foot, you could do either way. You guys let me know down in the comments below, which one do you think looks better, in the middle of the foot or in the back of the foot? Middle of the foot almost seems weird. Like, I get the symmetry of it, but the middle of the foot, like, how could there be that much blast effect? At least, like, hidden in the heel, maybe? I don't know. Does it matter? Middle probably does look better. You just go for the symmetry, I guess I would say. So you could do it, port it in however you want to, wherever you want to put it, and then you could have your Iron Man blasting off. Okay, so I got Iron Man into a bit of a flying pose. I tried to get the head to kind of look straight out as much as possible. It's just kind of sitting on there, like I didn't really pop it on all the way. And that's kind of the difficulties. You can't really get him Oh, you know what? Let me move that neck back. Yeah, I mean, it's not really... It's not going to be all the way down on there. And then, like, the Hasbro Pulse flight stands, as awesome as they are, like, his Iron Man Model 1's kind of a beefy figure. He's very wide, so it makes it very difficult to try and use, like, these stands. Like, it's just hard to hold the weight because that clamp isn't really just wide enough. But you can get him into somewhat of some flight poses, so that is pretty cool. Okay, and so here we have our side-by-side comparisons with our two Iron Man Model 1s, the gold armor and then the regular one. My opinion, this one is a better looking figure because the gold is just, you know, it's very bright and stuff. But again, I do like the fact that the faceplate in there, the head, we can actually see his face, his eyes in there. So that is pretty cool. You guys let me know down in the comments below which one do you think looks better. I'm going to go with the original there, but if it had like his Tony Stark's eyes see through there, it would be really cool. The weathering, scratching, and paintwork that they put on here was pretty cool. It was a little nice touch. The little bit of wash on there is definitely a nice touch. But you guys let me know down in the comments below. Which one do you like more? Okay, and so here is the entire retro Iron Man wave all together. If I were to rank the figures, I would probably go She-Hulk number 1, Iron Man Model 9 as my second favorite, Iron Man Model 20, excuse me. There's some controversy. Is this 20 or 25? Anyway, if I were to rank She-Hulk number 1, Iron Man Model 9 number 2, Iron Man Model 20 number 3, Iron Man Model 1 number 4, Whiplash number 5, Count Nefaria number 6. Only because of character. Like, at least I've heard of Whiplash. Count Nefaria I hadn't heard of. So that's how I would rank. She-Hulk number 1, Iron Man Model 9 number 2, Iron Man Model 20 number 3, Iron Man Model 1 number 4, Whiplash, and then Count Nefaria. You guys let me know down in the comments below, how would you rank this wave? And are you surprised at Iron Man Model 9 as much as I am? I sure am. I just really like this figure. It's nice. Somebody asked about a head swap, if Tony Stark's head sculpt would fit on there. Let's see if this one does. Yes, it does. So that Tony Stark head sculpt fits on Iron Man Model 9 just fine. His head is pretty wide, though, compared to this face. He would have to really squeeze that in there to fit, but it does work. So you guys let me know how you would rank the wave. Okay, and then we have kind of our classic Avengers lineup here from the first Avengers issue in 1963. So we got our Ant-Man, our Wasp, our Hulk, our Thor, and our Iron Man. Hulk isn't exactly like he would have shorts versus like pants. And then he had, you know, a different head sculpt. Like, we have a very good head sculpt in gray, but we don't have like a matching one in green, which I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Hasbro gives us another Hulk and gives us that style. Sure. I think initially I had thought that like it'd be an Avengers box set that had this lineup to it. That ended up not working out, but that would be kind of cool, I guess. I don't know that we need all of the same characters again, but it's Hasbro. Like, they would do something like that, but we'll see. Now, my attempt to recreate that cover, which is not going to go over well because, again, size of Ant-Man and Wasp, but we're going to give it a shot. So we got this particular Loki. I think this was the Endgame wave one that I got, not the vintage, so wish me luck. It's probably not gonna come out well. Okay, so before I even attempt to take a picture, this is the setup here. You know what? I kind of don't hate it, but I kind of don't love it. Can't really frame it right. But it's cool that we have the tools to kind of do it. And I have to look at which mini versions of Ant-Man and Wasp that we have that you might be able to fully recreate it. But so far, this is kind of cool. Now, the Loki doesn't really match up to the cover, but the Loki in the issue itself, panels, kind of matches this suit. So there's that. So, you know, I gave it a shot, and it's, at least the pieces are there. So you guys, I mean, let me know how I did. But anyway, that's the review of the Iron Man Model 1 in gold. You guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of this Iron Man figure? Is it one that you're picking up? Which one did you like more? The regular steel metal, you know, gray version or this gold version? Let me know down in the comments. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure to check out ToySnowman.com for all your action figure collecting needs.